Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis and welcome back to another video. So we're down here in the fish room slash 3D printer room. We'll get to that here in a second. I wanted to talk about some of the changes that I'm making to the business, and I'm really looking for some feedback because pretty much everything that I've created and done over the last several years has been based off of feedback from you guys. So when I'm kind of stuck between making a decision for the business, I like to make these videos just to see what you guys think. So first and foremost, when it comes to coral, as you guys know, I got rid of the tub here. I replaced it with a 40 breeder, which hopefully it's not too blue. You guys can see that these nems are crazy. Here I go getting distracted. We have some tomato clowns in there doing really well. I'll get you guys a better video on that with the filter. So I got rid of the tub, and right now for frag tanks I really only have these two low boys. Now they are pretty much packed full of corals. I am going to add some more egg crate, and yes, it's really blue. But when it comes to frags, I'm not really keeping as many frags. I got rid of a lot of the colonies that I was growing out on disc, and I actually went ahead and put them in the 300. Again, I'll do a video here when the glass is clean, and you guys can see all the frags. I mean, there's a ton of coral packed on, especially that middle rock structure. There's a ton of stuff there, and I could probably show you. There is some frag disc here, or frag rocks that I get, and I got colonies, acroporo growing out on these, and then the back there, and I've really kind of put a lot of frags on this tank, just because I really wanted to get away from the tub, and I wanted to get away from the frag disc, just because I didn't want to kind of go that route anymore. So when it comes to cutting coral and growing coral, my primary plan over the next year and a half to 2 years, because that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow this system out one more time, and then we're going to break it down and we're going to move. So my plan is to grow out this tank as quickly as possible. I basically started it over. I ripped out a ton of frags out of it last year, or a ton of colonies out of it last year. And I just recently, a month and a half ago, took out a ton of stuff and put a bunch of small 1-inch to 2-inch frags in this. So I essentially started it over again about 2 months ago, and we got a bunch of fish and stuff that you guys will see in an update video. So I'm going to see how fast I can grow this tank out again. Just one last hurrah before we take it down and possibly upgrade, or at least at minimum relocate the system. So my plan is to grow this out. So I have colonies that will eventually be for sale, but obviously for now it's not really going to be that way. Now when it comes to frags, I have my low boys, which I have a ton of frags, and there's probably 20 or 30 worth of you know what that is, right? Which is, this actually works out pretty cool. So distracted. Basically what happens is the skimmer shuts off once the Avast Marine skimmer collection container gets full. It sends a signal, which then sends to the apex to tell the skimmer to shut off. So I actually just got done feeding a little while ago. That's probably going to keep going off, so we should probably go over here and turn off that alarm. Oh, this video is all over the place. All right, so here we go. We can continue the video. So my plan is to basically make sure that I have frags in here that I'm growing consistently. I do have a couple colonies of some of my more popular stuff, and my plan is just to grow out what I can and do WYSIWYGs or bulk buys with what I currently have. Now that's just kind of hold me over until the tank grows out. That way I can you know, frag that stuff out, and then of course do what I did before, right? Just cut it up and sell it like I did to make room. And we'll see how Big Bertha does, because she's back in the 300, so we'll see how she does when it comes to ripping the tank apart. Cross your fingers. Hopefully she's not going to be ripping colonies out, but she's a big girl. So that's the coral side of things. And as you guys know, I did that for a few years, and then I introduced 3D printing about 2 years ago. So let's go to move over to that and talk about some of the big changes that I made regarding that. So I started 3D printing, and a lot of people ask me, how did I get into this in the first place? Well, it started with making keychains. I kind of just expand from there. Went from 1 printer to 24 printers. We do have 2 bigger printers upstairs in my office. But essentially, I started 3D printing as a backup plan because Big Bertha was destroying the 300. As you guys know, she was ripping out massive colonies, 14-inch, 16, 20-inch colonies, some big stuff. She was just destroying in there. So with that, I needed to have some kind of backup plan when it came to finances. I needed to have something coming in because I knew that I wasn't able to sustain that kind of damage to the colonies, because what happens is when you break off a colony, an entire colony, you lose all that potential growth when you frag it out. When you just break off pieces of colonies, you still have that whole colony growing, right? So you still get potential growth and money from it. But with her breaking off entire chunks of coral, I lost a ton of stuff. Now, it was great for sales. I had a ton of those $300 20 packs and 15 packs. I mean, I've had hundreds and hundreds of those sold. So it was great, but it wasn't sustainable. So when I started figuring that out, that's when the 3D printing came in. Now, over the last 2 years, again, we went from one printer, my very first one over here, all the way, literally, this is the first printer. It's crazy, you know, that it just started right there. I went ahead and I have done a ton of stuff with these. I've made them fully automated, made my own custom hot ends, my own bed level sensors, stuff, everything. I've beds, you can name it. It's fully automated. It's good to go, and they work flawlessly. Now, occasionally I do, you know, miss some things and break some stuff, but that's, you know, they're moving parts. It happens, right? So, basically, over the last 2 years, I've been doing a lot of colors. That's why I have this whole wall here, which is now empty. But everything had an option for colors. I think I had 12 colors at one point, and then I dialed it back down to like 7 or 8 different colors. And the issue that I'm running into is over the last, I'd say 6 months or so, getting color PLA and PETG in is taking way too long. So let's just say I have a board here, and we'll just kind of organize this. So I have a board here with orders based on color and filament type. Now, when I order filament, so say I order 2 rolls of blue, right? So I order that, and then that might cover those orders in there, and I always order a little bit extra just in case. But then, you know, sometimes randomly throughout the week, I might get 15 or 20 orders of blue, which is fine. I don't mind. But the issue is when I go to order that blue, it usually takes 1 to 2. Now it's up to 3 to 4 weeks before I can get it in. So basically, I'm not able to keep up with the colors. The color, any kind of order that comes in that's not black is usually delayed 1 or 2 weeks, and that's just because I'm still catching up. It's like a constant game of trying to catch up, and I'm working with my wholesalers, and I'm trying to get this filament in. It's just a constant battle to get this stuff in, and they're like, yeah, sorry, I mean, we're getting delays from overseas, we can't get this stuff in, and when we do, it just takes 2, 3, 4 weeks. And you know, I really don't like having people wait 3, 4, 5 weeks to get an order for 3D printing. It's not, again, sustainable. And now that I'm realizing that I'm starting to lose orders, people are not liking it, I'm getting some pretty bad feedback on my shipping times and stuff like that, I'm realizing that's not sustainable, just like my coral situation. So that means I have to make a change. And that change is, I'm actually, as of yesterday, I'm no longer offering colors. Everything's going to be black, except for if you order frag plugs or trident guard or needle guards. Like, there's some random colors in there. There's some blue, red, white, and some orange. But that's just stuff that I have a lot of that I can keep in stock. So outside of that, I'm not going to be doing colors, at least for the next 6 months to a year, just to kind of see how it is. Now, I can already tell that with the orders that have come in for the last day or last 24 hours, it already feels better. And I know that's weird because it just feels better. I already went ahead and I ordered another 30 rolls of filament, and that stuff will be here on Saturday, and I'll just fill out the rest of my printers that are not currently running because I don't have enough black orders right now, but I do have a bunch of color orders, but I don't have enough color filament. So there's printers that are not being utilized because I don't have the filament. So once everything is completely transitioned over to black, I can keep all the printers running 24/7, and I can move these orders in and out much, much faster. Now, the downside is there's not going to be that color. Like, you're not going to be able to get special colors for certain things, and I do feel bad about that, but I'm more looking for function over the prettiness, if that's the word I'm looking for. I want this stuff to function and do its job and do what it needs to do. Primarily focus on that, in which, you know, it takes care of it, like the filter stock holder. You know, it has a purpose, so it works. So who cares about the color, right? The silencers, they do the job. Who cares about the color? Frag plugs, same thing. Who cares? It does what it needs to do. And I got a ton of stuff that, you know, that I think the same way. So I want to know what you guys think about that. For me personally, it takes a lot of stress off of me. I don't have to keep messing with my wholesalers. That saves me a ton of emails. It allows me just to process orders faster, first come, first serve, in and out, get this stuff done, and it allows all my printers to work. I mean, there's $24,000 in just printers sitting down here, not including all the upgrades and the things on there. So not utilizing printers that I've already spent the money on, it just feels like a waste. And then, you know, waiting on filament. So that's my little, I guess, dilemma / change, and me trying to adapt to the situation. And I don't know what that was. I think that was the auto top off. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about that. Hopefully it seems like it's the right move. For me personally, it feels like it is. We'll see how the sales are impacted. But I still, you know, regardless of the color stuff, I still offer the buy 3 get 1 free. That's a permanent thing on the website. I made that permanent about 2 months ago. So, you know, if you add 4 items to the website, you get 1 of them free. It's just kind of my way of saying thanks for supporting me. It just takes whatever the lowest item is, you know, on the cart. It just makes it free. So that's something that's going to be there, and we're just going to do black and see what happens. That way I can get rid of this damn board. So I don't have to have this anymore. I don't have to have that. I don't have to have delays. It just feels better. So, yeah, that's it. That's me talking. I really love this tank, by the way. I'm doing a water change in 2 days. I got some, it's not really algae. It's like, I don't know, it's not dinos either. It's just dirty sand. I don't really have anything in there mixing up the sand. I do have a starfish that comes out when it's time to eat, but he doesn't do anything. So I might have to get some sand sipping critters just to kind of get rid of a little brownness there, but I really like this tank. It's pretty sweet. I'm thinking about getting another one, like a cube or something, and putting it here and doing some fancy floating aquascape or something. I'll just attach it to the 300 to be on there, but you know, we'll see. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Actually, I'm gonna say hi. Say what's up. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate the feedback, and there goes my gimbal. I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.